What's going on, everybody? So I just want to give you a little update on the build. Ended up painting the turbo wrinkle black. I've been breaking it in. We have about 300 miles on her. Drained the oil out, put some fresh oil in it, and I ended up adding some bestline to the oil. This stuff's really good. If you guys want to get some of this stuff, I can get you 20% off the entire order at racingadditives.com. There will be a link in the description. Use code DGUY20 to get 20% off. But we're gonna go take it out. Michael has been adjusting some things with the tune. Gotta go get a data log run in so that way he can actually see if everything's good, where it should be. So it could be on 20 pounds tonight, so we'll see. If it blows, I'm gonna be really sad. So hopefully we don't blow it up. Only 300 miles into the build. This isn't exactly what I call recommended, but it is what it is. So let's go out and see what it does. Here we go. All right, here we go for another run. All right, so I don't know why the boost was surging from 15 to 12 pounds, but I think it has to do with MAC valve settings. So I'm gonna go through the boost bag real quick and have Michael adjust something, and then we'll try it again. All right, going for another run. Well, the coupler blew off, so now we're gonna go home and try to figure that out. All right, so I wanted to show you why we were blowing the coupler off. This is how I have it set up now. Basically just comes right off the turbo and goes straight over into the intercooler. All of these intercooler couplers I have, I use Aussie hairspray, I'm not even kidding, to spray inside around the coupler, and it gets sticky and it keeps them from blowing off. So that's why none of the other ones had issues. But the one that did have issues is this one here. It's a 3-inch to a 2-inch. And I don't have a 3-inch outlet on the turbo. I only have a 4-inch inlet, but not a 3-inch outlet. So this is a 2.5-inch outlet down to a 2-inch piping in diameter. So that was kind of my issue, but in order to make it work, I just rigged it up. Basically shoved another coupler inside of the coupler to reduce it, and then used a clamp. And I planned on changing it a while back, but it didn't ever give me any issues, so I figured why change something if it's working. Well, now that I'm at higher boost, it's definitely not working, so I had to take it off. So yeah, that's why it was blowing the coupler off repeatedly. So now it's good. We can go take it out for another spin, do another data log session, and hopefully everything's good. Alright, so that was definitely a really good run. I don't know if you guys noticed that the boost gauge quit working. Now this boost gauge goes up to 20 pounds, and I was on 26 pounds, so it was going a little bit past the 20, and now it doesn't work. Let me show you. And you see how it wasn't doing anything? It's supposed to move whenever you rev, and it wasn't doing anything. I think behind the boost gauge, the vacuum line popped off, because the vacuum line out here is still intact. So it's probably just something simple like that. Now, I did do really good. As you've seen, I didn't have a lot of traction though, and that is due to the weather. As you can see, the ground's still a little bit wet. It was raining off and on, but I went out to the country where there's some a little bit drier roads and gave her a little hell. Now, I promise you, I will have a speedometer video of me doing the full 0 to 120 plus. I'm just gonna have to do it on a closed course because I don't wanna have to worry about traffic, cops, and so on. One of our next limiting factors is the injectors. These are the 525 cc's that I did on the live stream. And these are my 1000cc ID injectors. I had to go to the salvage yard at Budget Wrench Apart and get these clips. These clips for the ID injectors came off of a Ford Expedition, and they plug right in, which is awesome. So these 1000 cc's will be going in, And then Michael will be retuning me on 1000cc injectors, because our biggest limiting factor right now is our duty cycle is around 95%, pretty close to 100% duty cycle, which means these injectors are topped out. Even with the fuel pressure raised up, it's still up there quite a ways. But the engine's definitely broke in pretty well. On the second oil change, oil looked good. The first oil change didn't have hardly any metal shavings in it, which was really impressive. Transmission though does need some work, because this is the short gear transmission I got from Budget Wrench Apart. Ends up being third gear scratches into it, even just driving normal, and fifth gear. I got a second gear scratch whenever I go from first to second. I don't know why it did that. I've got the right fluid in there, so it's probably just needing new synchros. And I don't take transmissions apart and do synchros. That's just not one of the things I'm good at. So I'm gonna have to take that to probably AGN here in Killeen, Texas. He's really good with transmission internals, so probably take it to him sometime. But for right now, we're just gonna drive it as it is. But to definitely get the most out of it, I need to get those synchros replaced. As I'm sure you've seen, the coupler held up perfectly fine. The way I have it designed now is working perfectly, so I'm happy with it. And we got all those bugs figured out with the boost going up to 15 pounds into 12 and back and forth. That was the MAC valve settings. I apparently screwed something up with the settings, so Michael had to fix it. So it's all good, and it's pulling really hard. It will pull a lot harder once we turn up the ignition timing and get the ARP head studs in. Then we'll be probably closer to 30 pounds of boost. Another limit on this build is my stock Y7 head. Everyone's gonna say throw a VTEC on it, and as most of you already know, I'm doing this as a non-VTEC build, but we will be possibly throwing the Y8 VTEC cam on the Y7 head. Now, there won't be a crossover. It won't go from low cam to high cam. We will lock in VTEC, which will make it a non-VTEC cam. You'll have the VTEC lobe, which is bigger, and that will be the lobe it rides on all the time. There is no crossover. So when all that comes, I'll definitely make sure to do video and record it for you guys, how to run a VTEC cam and a non-VTEC and make it fast. But that'll definitely help. I'm shooting for around 350 to 400 horses off this build. I will be happy. Then we can throw a VTEC head on or whatever. But I just wanted to push the Y7s to their limits because nobody ever does it, and I figured it'd be good content for you guys. So I'm probably going to throw these in, wire them up just like I did the 525cc's, and then we'll get back at it once Michael tunes it again. But that's basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't recommend going out and beating right on it at such low miles into the build, but a lot of people do it this way. They'll just get the car broken, let the rings seat after a couple heat cycles and downshifting. Then they'll go and just give her hell, which I kind of did that at around 300 miles, and it's holding up pretty good. It actually sounds really healthy, and everything's looking good in the oil, so as long as it continues to do this, we'll be happy for a long time. But definitely stay tuned. We're going to try to put out as much content as possible. Right now, we're saving up to move so I can get a place with a garage, and then later on get a shop. So I'm saving up a lot of my money, so I'm not able to put a lot into this now. Now that it's the Vitara, we're happy with it. Just going to try to get some ARP studs and get it retuned, and that's about it. But I will definitely get more pool videos and do some more 0 to like 120 times and stuff like that once everything gets dialed in better. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely press the like button, drop a comment below, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, God bless, stay safe, stay awesome.